So I'm back down the plot today, and do you remember I was telling you about the slug issue that I've got in the polytunnel? I've got some remedies in place to try and combat that. Well, take a look at this. Brassicas outside here are looking not great. See these red cabbages? I mean, the slugs and snails are having a field day. Now, some of these have hearted up, some of them haven't. But do you know what? Look at the state of them. So I've come to a decision. They're coming out. I'm going to harvest what I can from them. And then this is the extra brassicas I put in here. I just put these extra, the purple sprouting broccoli actually, but I thought I'd just put them in as the spare plants to just get some leafy greens off them. But no, the slugs have had them as well. These two looking okay. And then if we go over to the other brassica bed here, I mean, it's a poor state of affairs, isn't it? Look, I mean, absolutely ravaged. These are greyhound cabbage. I mean, I've never had such a slug problem for a while, for a good while. There's a couple still clinging on, but there's not really much hope there. And then these cauliflowers that I put in early in the year, I mean, look, absolutely ravaged. Ravaged. Not good, not good. Now we have got a little bit of a cauliflower coming in here. So do you know what? I think I'm going to bite the bullet on this one. I'm going to take it all out, all of it out, all this out, harvest all this, what I can, get it all out. I'm going to save these plants here that I might just pop them up and just see if I can keep them for spares for the polytunnel or something like that. But my plan now here is, I've decided I'm gonna put field beans and broad beans all down here as a cover crop and a nitrogen fixer. And then gonna chop and drop it in the spring, and that'll feed the soil. So yeah, there'll be something in there over the winter. That is going to be the plan. So yeah, I went to the garden centre yesterday. I went to the range because I was told that in the range now they've got some Wilco stuff because the range company have bought Wilkinson's, the brand, and they did have some seeds in there, but not much selection. But I did get these seeds. Let me show you. So 49p each. Not a huge amount in there, but for the price, okay. These are Bunyard's Exhibition, got a couple of packs of those. And I thought, do you know what, just as a cover crop, it's not for an eating crop, but it's a cover crop. And then I've got these actually. Now Gemma from Gemma in the Garden sent me these. She had some spares. These are field beans, just as a green manure. So I'm using all this as a green manure really. So thank you Gemma for that. They'll come in very handy. Let's get them done. Well, I've just dashed into the shed because here we go. Here's the rain. You know, it's so unpredictable, the weather at the moment, isn't it? Sunshine, blue skies, and then it's absolutely chucking it down. Look at that. Well, do you know, at times like this, the only one thing for it, isn't it? Get the kettle on. Nice cup of coffee. So whilst we wait for the rain to go off and the kettle to boil, good opportunity for me to show you what I purchased also from the garden centre. Now, I think the overwhelming comments were regarding my wheelbarrow planter just outside here. I was thinking, what shall I plant in it? What shall I do for spring? And I think everyone sort of said spring bulbs, which is what I was thinking anyway, which is great. So, tulip Clusiana mix. I've got these £1.74 reduced in dubbies. So I bought 3 packs of those, so they're going to go in there, get them planted up. And I've got some muscari and some spare iris as well, so we'll see what we can do with that. Right, has this rain gone off yet? So this is what I got from this pile. So yeah, they were really infested with slugs. Anyway, I've cleaned most of these off. They might be okay. We'll take them home. Not much to show. And a bit of a sorry excuse for a cauliflower, but do you know what? It'll be all right. And then my saved seedlings, a couple of purple sprouting, a couple of greyhound cabbage. Right, let's get the beans sown. So the sun is now out, but I've got those beans in. I'll turn you around and show you what I've done. Nothing much to show really, but yeah, I've just obviously filled them holes in. They went down about 5 to 7 centimetres, and I just used a dibber just to do the spacing really. Yeah, they're all in. And clearly, I don't need to water them because it's absolutely saturated the ground. Now, I don't need to put these netting back on, obviously, but I think I will put the netting back down because once these start to emerge, it'll give a bit of wind protection as well. Right, next job. Shall we get those spring bulbs in the wheelbarrow planted before it starts raining again? I think it's wise.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away, as you fade away.
So, as you can see, I put some bloodfish and bone on there and then just topped it up with some fresh compost because obviously it's the nutrients will have been depleted over the summer. So it gives a bit of a feed for the bulbs coming up in the spring. So, that's done. I've emptied the tulips into here. So what I'm going to do is just going to place them where I think in groups. I think I've got about 8, 16, about 24 of those. Got some muscari and then a few spare iris. So let's place them and get them planted. There you go, that's all done. I've just topped this up with a bit more fresh compost to give it a bit more depth in there for those bulbs. But yeah, that should be a fantastic, colourful display come springtime. My name's Will, you've been watching The Flying Gardener.